Hey Jesse, welcome to the Tuesday update. Finally got you on this show. Um, what do you think about our company right now and the position that you're in, and where do you think we'll be going? We'll start there.
Well, I think that our company so far, with its upper mobility, thanks to you for the most part, its trajectory is just skyrocketing. The things that you've been doing, the balls that you've been putting into motion, the advancements into other countries, and everything like that. Like, I'm pretty astonished by you for a company that's only what, like 4 months old now. You've somehow managed to get a lot of traction. You hit the ground running, that's for sure, man. And I admire that. As far as my part goes, I'm trying to meet the expectations that you have for me. It's a slow start so far right now, but I believe things are going to start picking up once I'm able to
Oh,
hit some more
I
venues and
definitely
stuff like
think
that.
they're gonna pick up for sure. I mean, we're actually like a one of a kind company. If you look at our YouTube, it's designed perfectly. Like I've worked very hard to try to make it us look good, uh, to the consumer and to us. So that way, whenever we get to that point where we get more artists, which is something we need, like for sure. Um,
Yeah.
that way it's a good thing and it doesn't look like too terrible. And I love the brand. I love what we're doing. I communicate with the hybrid Nigeria every day almost. Sage is awesome. He is working the ground. He's trying his best, but we still have a lot to do. um,
Starting up a company from ground up, man. It's definitely going to be
zero.
it's going to have a lot of hurdles to jump over, man. But I know you as
Yes.
an individual, so I know how you've got a fire in your butt. So I know
I
that you'll take a lot of things head on. Um, I think you've got a couple guys working for you too, man. I think you did a good choice with getting a few people from around the world as well. That's smart. Instead of keeping things all localized in one country, hitting the global market is brilliant. When you told me
well,
that you've advanced the company into a couple other countries, I was like,
boom. Well, the thing is what's great about is our company in general is the fact that we don't, we're not like actually in a studio. We're just online. And I think people get that confused. Um, and we're able to do this stuff through computers to be able to, we just got some software update where we can actually take your voice and put it in. Um, and if you have lyrics, we can use those, and we can use your voice at this point. Um, but we keep upgrading, and I that's my goal is to make sure that we stay on top. We don't like slack. We don't get behind, because once we start slipping, somebody else is going to catch us, and I don't
"Yep,
want that.
yep, they'll take the first spot for sure." Um, I, what you're saying about as far as like we don't have an actual recording studio that we utilize the online software and stuff. That's what every recording artist essentially has been doing for the last 25 years anyway. So like the whole stigma that people have as far as utilizing the newest technology in order to make a record, it's bizarre to me, to be honest, because all your top pop artists, all your top country artists, your rock artists, it doesn't matter what genre it is, they're utilizing the same software that we're using and they're using it to their advantage. They just don't have the same hurdles that we have to jump over as far as like making sure that if it's recorded or put out, on an album for like a label, that it's going to be marked with utilizing AI. These major companies don't have to do all that jazz. You know what I mean? Because they're sneaky little snakes. They're utilizing it and then acting like they're not utilizing it. But we can hear it on the records. We know that they're doing the same exact thing.
Oh
So
yeah,
I don't know.
that makes me laugh.
There's
Like the
there's a
whole
huge stigma
soccer
too, man.
game, the big soccer game. They utilize AI in there. That big event. Oh yeah,
Oh
they
yeah, oh yeah,
you can tell,
yeah,
and
for sure.
it's not a big secret anymore. And the thing about, we're not like just like big AI, or we're hybrid. We We use lyrics, we use words, and then we develop our songs. That's the
Which
basic
is
of
more than
us.
what major pop artists are doing because if they're not writing their own lyrics,
No.
for sure they're not. For sure they're not.
They're
So
hiring
at least
people to write it and then get that somebody to get on there. And half the time they get on that stage and they're not even singing. I've been to
they're Milli
concerts
Vanilliing
and
it
I've
up,
just
man.
yes, yes. And the one thing that they have backing them is, well, they got signed with Universal. They got signed with Sony. They got signed with Warner Brothers. They got all this big backing to it. But
Yeah.
in general, they're doing the same thing I'm doing, but I'm giving the artist more of a chance.
We're I believe your idea of being able to help out individuals who may not be musically inclined to give them an opportunity to hear their own voice, to hear their poetry put to music that they enjoy. I think that's so fantastic, man. Um, and not just for like because we know that there's going to be individuals that have went to war and they might be missing an arm, so they're not able to play guitar anymore. They're not able to play piano or the drums anymore. Maybe like
Exactly.
Def Leppard style drums or something like that. So and they might not have access to individuals to help play music for them, compose music for them. So our company being able to give these individuals a chance to have their voice heard, to let their story be heard and put it to music, something that they've always had a passion for, but that's been ripped away from them. I think that's so fantastic. And then it, not just in that aspect, like it widens it out to just the average common individual who has always dreamed about being a musician or a singer or something like that, but they just might not have the skills, they just might not have any of it. And to be able to give them the opportunity to have an album to listen to that's their voice, that's their words, that's in the style of music that they like the most, and be able to share that with their friends and family, I think that's beautiful, man.
I
And I think it
that
takes the whole
that's
stigma of AI and music and just crumbles it up and throws it in the trash because we're doing something completely different. We're not out here trying to fool people with anything.
no.
We're simply utilizing the most top-notch AI and then utilizing individuals, what talents they do have and meshing them together
Just
and
put
giving
it
them something,
together.
giving them a product that they can be proud of.
It
That's
and it's
beautiful.
not just the music. I mean, if you go to what we've been producing in the studio lately, um, and I think it's like 9 videos altogether that we produced, and the ringer goes back to that PTSD on the ground, right when the car shoots off and stuff like that. That's me talking about me being a veteran and PTSD. We have all kinds of stuff like that, and then not only that, like the people in Nigeria, they're trying to find a voice themselves, and I love the fact that Sage is there doing that part, trying to get people to get in there, and I can't. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see what comes of that. We super excitement. We do have a promo video that will be coming out that will be launched to you, Jesse, upon your approval, because you're the VP. I make a lot of choices, but this one's going to be on you, and you're going to see what it is. Um, I worked very hard on this at this studio, and it is awesome. It is like it was surprising when I did it. My wife did one part where she did the Lithuanian, put it in Lithuanian voices, and then we did it in English. So, and it's awesome. I just got to say that. As far as our brand is heading, we're going on 2 months, and we've done a lot of work, and I feel like whenever I was doing a brand assessment for the whole company, we measured in good measures. We're like they bar it from 1 to 10, and there's a lot of these AI companies that are getting 6 and 5. We're actually at like a 9, the high end. So there's a few things that is going to be worked on that we are working on, but it's because we're a newer company. That's all it is. And once we get those niches and those little things tweaked out, this thing is going to go on fire. And the people that we bring in is completely awesome too. And I like all of it. I've liked that. I've kept up with these people too, like all the artists with Sage, Stacy, Matt, all of them. I keep up with all of them. And I heard a rumor about you. You ready?
I hope it was okay.
I heard from the grapevine that you're thinking to make a record at some point.
I have been toying with the idea again ever since you put it in my head, and then extended an olive branch for me to be the VP of the company. Ever since then, I have been really really thinking about it. And as you know, it's been about 3 years since I've actually played a guitar, and prior to that, it had been about 3 years since I'd played before that. So it's just been a real long time. Like the last song I wrote was Built to Fall. That's the last song I wrote and recorded, composed or whatnot, and that's been 10 years ago, maybe
Yeah,
longer than that. So
maybe
I've
not.
actually been I've actually been putting a lot of words down again, which is something that I haven't done in a long time. I actually went and looked at guitars to see about purchasing one. Um, there might be something in the works that are coming soon. Um,
That's
I'm
going to
also I'm,
be
I've also
awesome, and I look
I've
forward to
also
it.
got a small little a book that I'm doing right now too. Um, it's just like a little introspective shadow work personal journey book that I'm writing. It's basically going to be like snippets of my journal entries that I'm going to break down.
Well,
That's like that
you
thing
take
that you
that.
commented on the other day and said it should be a song. That's one of the
Yes,
journal entries.
yes. Well, I got good eyes for that. So,
You do. You've got a knack
our
for hearing talent.
yeah. But eventually, I hope to see that happen with you. Um, and that's what we do at Hybrid. We bring out those people and we get that talent out of you that's been suppressed. I think it's been suppressed. Um, I remember when I first met you, you talked about music. You talked about playing guitar. And you're like, I can't get this out. And I'm like, one day.
We did too. Yeah, man. That's
And
how
we're
we
going to
bonded
do it.
together, man. That's how we
I
bonded
love it.
together. It's been, wow, man. How long has it been? Has it been
It's been a
15
while.
years
I
ish?
mean,
Has it been that long yet?
yeah. It's been like, I think it was like 2010, something like
It
that.
had, yeah, somewhere around there. So yeah,
That's a good guess.
I think so. I
And
think you're right around the money. Yeah.
we're veterans ourselves. So I want to say that. Jesse's a veteran, a good man. I'm a veteran. I'm an Army veteran. You're a Navy veteran, correct?
Navy. OEF, OIF.
Navy.
Yeah. Firefighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it takes a lot more courage to serve than just to step in the recruiting line and say, "Well, I'm not doing that today."
It was one of the more frightening and ballsy things I've ever done was walk in that recruiting office to sign my name and then head on out to MEPS, man, to get, looked on over.
I
It was frightening.
I had a choice. It
Going
was
to war
like
was,
are you gonna fuel vehicles or are you gonna go in the infantry? And I'm like, infantry. I'm not gonna fuel no
that's so,
vehicles.
that's as savage as it gets, bro.
Well, I
I'd have been
mean,
like, sure, I'll fill those vehicles up.
no,
I'm
no,
just playing.
no. I'm not putting
Yeah.
a gas tank strapped to my back and go down the road and watch it just go nuts. No, thank you. I'll
Yeah.
take my risk and have a good Bradley or a good tank or whatever it is, and sit in that. At least it's bulletproof.
And mobile. Yeah.
Yeah, mobile.
Yeah. I wasn't afraid. That's why I struck into damage control and went firefighter, man. Because I was like, if I'm gonna be out here on this aircraft carrier, which is already about as luxurious as it gets for the military, you
Right.
know what I mean? Like I went to war in the war zone and operated out there for like 9.5, 10 months or something like that before I got caught it off. But it was pretty luxurious. You know what I mean? We had a mall on there and a couple food courts, and so going firefighter damage control at least allowed me to see some actual action. You know, but
Yes, yes. And I I did my time in Iraq. Uh, I had my fun. I don't talk about that live. That's my personal thing. like,
it's okay.
um, but it 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 brought later on in life a better person, and I think the military did that. But I like music in the service too. I actually do play a guitar. I'm not just like one to do, but I'm not the greatest. So that's where I am with that. But I know how to structure music. That thanks to my uncle and other people that were around me because they played music all the time. like, and that's what really gave me those keys, And I know I say it, but with Philip Thomas, he was like, I have this idea. I'm not feeling too great. I've got cancer going on, so this is what you need to do. You need to push this. And I'm like, what name? And I started thinking about it, and I was like, hybrid is the perfect name because nobody has that. Nobody has my name. If you look up my name, it's Google certified. It ain't. Nobody's gonna copy me.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's a brilliant name as well, man, because it defines the company and what we're doing
right.
perfectly right out the gate.
Yes, I think so. And like, whenever we start getting more veterans, because my sister's a veteran, Matt's a veteran, so we worked with. There's 4 veterans right there. Um, Sage, Sage works mines for the most part over there in
Ooh, that's a
Nigeria.
tough one. Down Nigeria, man, I bet that's
Yeah,
rough.
yeah,
I
and
bet that's
he,
some back breaking. They don't have probably any kind of OSHA things down there either, do they?
I don't
Anything to
know.
protect him, like individually? I bet not.
I I have to ask. like,
Yeah,
he's not
yeah,
hard to
I would.
ask. I mean, he's on WhatsApp. I hope to get
It's a tough
all
man, I
3 of
bet.
us together one time and do one of these. That would be awesome.
I'm
like,
game. Yeah,
but
a
he's
bug
a
meeting.
busy man too. He's always doing stuff. Um, but his album is the next one to come out on the 15th for our company, August 15th.
Now, now he's the reggae, right?
He's our reggae guy. We
Nice.
we
Yeah, I can't wait to
posted
hear
a
it.
video. I don't know. Have you watched the video yet? Or
I have I don't think I've watched the reggae one yet. No, I watched. When did you post it?
it's up there. It's been up there for a while. I posted it about 2 days ago because we
Okay,
started
then
up
no, no,
in
I
Nigeria.
haven't. No,
All
no,
right.
because I
Well,
watched. I think I watched.
when you get a chance, make sure to watch that. Like,
I'll scope it out when we get off here because I didn't know it was up
yeah,
yet.
it's a beautiful song, and it's probably one of my best videos that I can say that's been done. And like the AI part, because when you do AI, there's always going to be glitches and stuff.
For now.
So whenever this was
Yeah,
done,
till the technology boosts up a little bit more. Because I mean, the ones
yeah,
that I watch, like The Ringer, I watch The Ringer, and I think it's fantastic. I think it's
yes,
great. I
yeah,
mean, you've got a knack for doing the technical end of things a lot more than I did. I tried to make us that commercial that I told you about using Gemini's Flow, and
oh,
I didn't get
it
anywhere with it.
it takes so much time to do it through like generate like that, and you have to go
Prompts
from
and
picture to picture, and when you do that, it just takes so much time. What we use, it just goes straight to a video. I generate, I, I generate a prompt to go in there, and it says, "I'm gonna make this video." I'm sorry, I got my kid.
you're fine. You're fine. Pick him up, love on him.
yeah, I don't want him on camera because he's not, you know. but
Yeah.
I love him to death. He's my everything. And I said that on camera. Yeah. So whenever we generate things like that, it takes time to generate, and then you have to turn and edit. And I've had a few videos where it fluked out, and I had to throw it in the trash, redo it. But I try to look at like the description of the song, and then from the description, I'm going into prompts. Once I go into prompts, then that's where it will develop and make better.
Yeah, I noticed off the videos that I did watch that you were theming the videos essentially off of the content of the lyrics, which I thought was pretty neat because a lot of people or artists, they'll have like a completely abstract video that has nothing to do with the song itself, and it's like I would like to be able to watch the video and get a better understanding about what the artist is trying to say to me. Even though I love abstract as well, but I do prefer the storyline to match the visual.
Yes, most definitely.
Is that Mom?
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
I figured that's going to happen on these Tuesday updates. It's the time schedules and things like that.
No worries, man.
If you see
being a
my
father
wife
and a
in
husband
here,
never takes a time out.
Yeah, I'm
There's
constantly
never a pause.
going.
There's never a pause in that.
There is not. I just keep going. I wake up in the morning and the first thing I have is coffee and like, how do I make hybrid better? That's my, and that's the thing. I want to make it the best thing for artists. I want the artist to walk away and say, hey, I would totally do that again. That's what I want. I don't want to think that I'm just ripping from people and doing bad things. I'm doing good things.
I don't think that any individual that's used our company so far has been displeased with the product.
They're very happy.
I believe that they're probably telling their friends about us and getting the word out on the street, the word of mouth.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to talk about anything about what we're trying to do through the VA or anything like that?
Actually, we can. I don't mind
Okay.
because right now we're working with veterans. That's my main goal, is to work with veterans beyond our expansions. Our expansions are going to be different. Whenever we start doing that, I'm programming a sound that whenever you put into your ears actually helps with PTSD. It's the frequencies and things like that.
Yes.
It's something that I have studied, and we actually put in a bid for a contract. Not a bid, but a proposal. That's it. Sorry.
Okay.
For a contract to be able to build a studio, to be able to be more in Tennessee, and to be able to get more of a reach for veterans to help them with their PTSD and help them utilizing music. That's the ideology behind it. Philip actually studied this a lot longer than I did. And if you listen to my album, The Journey, and some of that music, where I put like 30 Years, The Ringer, Space Tripper, 21 Parallel, those songs, for example, they're actually
My mom's
built.
favorite album. She's been listening to that. She loves it.
They're actually built around trying to help me as a veteran listen and develop, saying, hey, this is okay, and I'll just keep moving forward with my life. And that's what the ideology behind that is. And my company, I'm made to be developed around veterans for the most part. But there is a demand for me to be in the civilian sector as well. So those two sectors put together, and that makes my company roll. That's it. So
I think,
hope to get
so I
that.
think,
I hope to get that proposal it's a high end proposal, and I'm not going to say the prices and things like that. That's not where we're
Yeah,
doing.
we don't have to talk
But
contractual.
if it comes out, it's going to make things go for my company very well, and it allows me to do the work that I want to do, and it allows Jesse to get in there and just grind and get it done. Because at that point, we're going to be doing a lot of work. Like,
Yeah. I don't think it'd be wise of us to tell exactly what we're planning on doing with the VA if we get the contract, but it will definitely we can definitely say that it's going to help a lot of veterans, and it's going to be a very um, unique thing for veterans to be able to take advantage of, specifically ones with PTSD and anxiety and stuff like that. The things that they're going to be able to utilize and do through our company that we're going to give them for basically therapy. If we can get that, it's going to be, I think, in my opinion, as a person who's used the VA and their mental health branch substantially since I've been out, I think it's the neatest, um, profound thing that the VA will ever have if they actually team up with us, man. There's just
yes,
nothing that even compares in the wheelhouse as far as mental health is concerned that's even available to veterans right now that we're going to bring to the table. Um, I think the
the one
closest one
thing.
I've seen is like the equine, the horse
Oh yeah,
therapy stuff is about the next out of the box thing I've seen, really. And I think that what we're wanting to bring to the table is way neater than that. It's
yeah.
way more, turn of the century what we're trying to do. So fingers crossed, you know.
Yes, my fingers are crossed. I find more out about that in a 6 month time. The paperwork's in. That's all I can say. I mean, and what it will utilize is we give a veteran like a day for themselves. We actually take them in. We're going to take some lyrics. We're going to hear their story. And they get options. If they want it published, we're going to do it. If they don't want it published, they can take it home and listen to it for themselves. It's all good. Um, our distributor that we work through, Two Lost, um, loves our company. I talk with that guy a lot, probably every other day,
Oh
and
wow.
he loves what we're doing. So that distributor is backing us 100%. Like when you put your lyrics in, he knows who our company is, and it gets straight copyrighted. Um, you, yeah, if he wants the lyrics are in there or the songs, the tracks, everything, it's copyrighted right there. Um, he loves that we're a veteran organization. He just says, "You better talk about me." That's it. And I said, "Fair." So we definitely have them in our back pocket, and I love that. That's something that um, I was looking for because Lander wasn't doing it for us. DistroKid, too expensive. If you're going to go out there and make, and if you're a company, you need Two Lost. That's it. That's going to land you everywhere. Lander don't do that at all. They'll they'll
Nope.
throw you in there. They'll hype up your music, and then you're left to the wind. DistroKid, good luck. Um, they'll put you in there, but you're on your own afterwards. So that's no fun. Two Lost, they actually push your music. They for the artists as well as like I am. They just want to keep pushing and pushing and pushing to do better. They're they really for that artist. I keep saying that because it's they've really done good for my company, and we have we have six albums coming all together out already on the release preview releases, two of them. So that's a wonderful thing, and that's crazy. um, but for the veterans, I I really look at the technology that we have that me and Philip have done the studies and found that it helped a lot of people. He worked with more of the civilian sector and worked with people that had a lot of other issues going on. And he did a bunch of tracks and stuff for people for absolutely nothing. He did them for free to just study what it would do. And believe it or not, different frequencies and different tones, different types of music and different frequencies and those types of music can make you hear your voice. Like
Well,
a lot of
we've
times,
known
a lot of times
we've
you
known
come
we've
out
known
of
for
the
years, man. Sorry, we keep interrupting each other, but as far as like the different tones and frequencies, man, there's been science that's been done on that for years and years and years and years and years, and we're completely, aware of that. The general population, though, I don't think has really understood just how much the major recording companies have taken advantage of that throughout the years,
they have.
but in a nefarious way. They're doing
Yes.
it in a way to
Yes.
push music that's not so wholesome. But with our company, being able to utilize like binaural beats or different tones and frequencies that help you harmonize, you know, that's
Yes.
I think that's a beautiful thing to do, man. So it's like not only are you getting the therapeutic benefits of letting your soul release what's been stuck up in there, but whenever you go to listen back to it, and then the people that you share it with are going to be able to have the tones there, the frequencies there to help them align, get their chakras in order.
Exactly.
And I think that's beautiful, man. I think that's great that you're tapping into that and utilizing that.
Yes.
Is that going to be a thing that you're going to do standard across each album, or is it going to be something that you talk to each artist to just see if they want
It
that on there?
it's going to be more of a choice.
Okay.
I like choices
Yeah.
because I don't want to take and say, hey, we're putting this in here. If you don't like it,
Like it
too
or not.
bad. I'd rather them be like,
I know it's
okay,
your
I
album,
want
but
that
we're
in
going to
there.
do this anyway.
Well, there's some times where you have to do music like that, but for the most part, we're not like that. We want to make sure that it's done their way because they're the one coming to us. Period. They're coming to us and they want it done that way, and we're going to do it that way. But if we look at it and we say, hey, well, we can't say, hey, mama, 50 times on one track. We're going to work something to where it says maybe, hey, mama, like 4 or 5 times, something like that. So you can't just like uh, the structures of different songs and stuff, it can't just repeat itself. You have to have a rhythm, you have to have structure, you have to have a melody, you have to develop, different tones to it. Some in a 5/3, some in a 5/8. Just all kinds of stuff like that. That makes it to where it works better. But when someone comes with me with lyrics, I'm going to try to shoot them the best thing that would fit those types of lyrics. And if they don't like it, we're going to work together. We're going to make that work. So that
How
I
do you
like
do that
giving
as
that
far as like the
option.
compositions or whatnot? Do you do like a sample track to begin with after you get the general idea of what they're wanting, shoot it to them, see if it's going down the right path or whatnot, and then go back to work? Or
I had this with my sister Stacy. We had one track where it went completely south. Like it just, it was rock, and she liked rock, but the rest of her album, if you listen to that and a collection of me, um, it's country. So I had to navigate that better, and I actually blended so we could come to that medium where it was more country, more rock to it, country rock, and that really worked out for that album itself. I just we talk to the people and we make sure that they're going to get what they want. But we have to make an understanding that if we're doing a rock album, it's got to stick with rock. If we do a country album, it's got to stick with that genre. You can't go completely sideways and say, "Hey, look, I want you to do polka, but I also want you to turn around and about halfway through this, turn it into a pop song right off the bat. Like,
Is
we'll
that just
try.
because of the limitations of the software right now, or
It's not the limitations. It's I want to make it to where it fits. It can
just a more
people
fluent
listen
album that
to
you
it.
can listen to beginning to
Yes.
end, and it's not just going to blow your brains out from yeah
Yeah.
a random song in there? Okay, so you're looking for coherency, cohesion. You're looking for
Yeah.
something that
Yeah.
flows. Okay, yeah,
I don't need Bollywood mixed with folk. you know.
yeah, yeah. Say, because I'm all over the place musically. I mean, I'm from
Myself,
one
yeah.
spectrum to the other. You know what I mean? I could listen to Simon and Garfunkel, turn around and listen to Slayer, and then go right into Biggie Smalls. But I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
hear that all on one mixtape.
Exactly. That's where I'm going with that. We can't do things like that because it doesn't make sense. And our company, we uh we we try to do the best we can with it. I mean, I had a lady that the other day I was on Facebook, and I did this because I was bored. I wrote her a track, and I gave it back to her, and she was like, "Well, that's interesting because it's like punk rock, and I wanted rock." Well, and I said, "Well, that's interesting because I did it for just to see how it sounded." But she still liked it. She can't play it online or anything. She keeps it for herself. And sometimes I'll do that. I'll walk on Facebook and I'll see people on there. I'll throw them a free track every now and then just to see if they like what I'm doing. But I don't do that too often. like,
Yeah, that
um,
seems like an awful lot of work, an awful lot of time for promotion. But
yeah,
I still think
but
it's good to do that from time to time, though. Anyway, because I
yeah,
mean, the word of mouth is always going to be far superior to any kind of promotions that you could do online and advertisement. I mean, you can have
it,
1,000 commercials. I mean, how
yeah,
often are you paying attention to a commercial? I mean, I could count on one hand the amount of commercials I've paid attention to in the last decade. But word of
yeah,
mouth, if my buddy's telling me, "Hey, you should check this out," I'm checking it
I,
out.
yeah, exactly, exactly. We'll get to that point, and that's why you're there on the ground, and I'm here. I do the internet stuff. like,
Which you're doing very
I
well, I
make
might
sure
add.
that we get flyers. Like for this month is a free deal. If you do 9 tracks, there's a free one. So I was just trying to do something different this month, and there's going to be a lot of updates with some things, and I'm looking forward to doing that. Especially since
Well,
that we're developing videos, we got to
that's what I
work
was. That's what I
something.
was going to ask you. How's that going to work? Have you thought about doing like some sort of like add to the tier system or whatever, like one video if you get like certain
Um,
tier up or something like that, or because I know those
we're
videos are going to take a
thinking
substantial amount of time and effort on top of the album. Um,
we're
but to have
thinking
a
to
video,
yeah
having a video is
we're
nice. You know,
yeah, I hope to get you in a video soon. I really do.
put this
Whenever you
pretty
start
mug.
doing your thing and getting your album going, I hope to get you in a video. No, what we have to do is restructure the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 to fit that. And I was looking at like the video parts and the program that I use. One shot AI. I don't mind saying that. And the coins on itself, it costs. It's not like a cheap thing. And I hope to do per customer on a video about $200 because of the cost of the coins, the cost of the production, the cost of the editing.
Well,
So
instead of restructuring the whole entire tier setup, have you thought about just having that as an add-on to any tier at the rate that it would
um,
cost to make the video and the time that it would to do it that way? Say they can't
it
afford our top tier, but they still want a video, they can have that thrown in there as an option.
I think
and then it's still taking
that
care
could
of us
be
getting paid.
that could be something that we do, but as far as our brand being on it for them, I would rather them do an album.
I got you with
And
that. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
so if they wanted to do a single like that, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. They can do that all day long. But I'm not going to brand it. I'm not putting my name on it, and it goes back to them. That way, the people that put in for an album, they get to be on our webpage. They
Yeah,
get
they're
that
getting that exclusive deal.
exclusive
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And that's where I want to redo those tier programs, to add that in. Because
That
if you're
makes
going to
sense.
go
Yeah,
out
that
of
makes
your
sense.
way to pay for those types for our tier 3 program, or it won't be in our tier 2 program. Oh, I may think on that. It's something that we're working on. But
Yeah.
I think that if you do a full album like that on our tier 2, I think that we can include 2 videos with it. I think so.
Okay.
Something like that. That makes it to where it's affordable. Um, Considering our tier 3 is like $150 a track, it's, that's roughly $1,500 an album. Um,
Which is so cheap. That's so inexpensive, man. To have an entire album that's copyrighted and ready to go. I mean, that's yeah.
and it goes to 240 different countries. It goes to all the mainstream platforms. Like, we're being pushed by 2 Lost, so that makes it worth that. And then your tier 2 program, it's basically $100 a track, and it's $1,000 altogether for the full album. And we just give you your music back. We don't distribute on that. Now, that tier 1 is the burger, because what we do is we're reviewing. But I'm thinking, because I was talking with 2 Lost about this too. They want us to start distributing on the tier 1. That's the big announcement. Like,
Okay.
um, at 25 per track. So if you have your own music, that means we're not going to develop music for you, but we're going to distribute your whole album for $25 a track, which is fairly cheap, I think, and it gets us business, I think,
Yeah.
for
Yeah. For
that.
sure. Yeah. It opens up the door for them too to go ahead and get started on their journey without having to make
Huge
a more major
commitment.
financial decision or exactly. Yeah.
So that brings it to about $500 for an album to be produced under the tier 2, and I will not own any rights to that. It goes right back to that person. So that's the cool thing. Like, I don't, and royalties will go to them too. I don't lock royalties. I actually got my first royalty check the other day. Uh, for the past 3 months, the journey, my first album, and it was because I went through DistroKid, yeah, on the first album, 43 cents. So if you like
Hey,
DistroKid, you go ahead
they
and get your
actually
43
sent you a
cents.
check for that?
Well, it's in a
It costs
savings
more in
type
paper
thing.
and postage.
I had to do a tax form for it.
Oh no. Oh my
I
God.
I got
What?
I got to give the government 20 cents.
You're gonna get audited for that 22, by God.
Oh, well,
That's gnarly.
Jesse, I'm gonna stop right here because we're at 45 minutes. You beat my record with my sister. I was at 31. So, but I love you, buddy, and
Love you too.
you're doing a great job as a vice president. You're getting people on the ground, and that's what we need. You're going to see him more in venues. You're going to see him out and about. Talk to this man. tell him, hey, I want to work for hybrid, not work for hybrid, but do some tracks. We're getting full on the workload.
Yeah.
We've
You're
got
in the Tennessee area, Clarksville
5
area, or
people.
soon I'll be hitting up the Nashville area. So hit me up.
Yes. Do it. Love you, man.
All right, love you, brother. Talk to you later. Hybrid Records, buddy. Peace.
All right.